Discernment Part 3. Now, this is a very, just a very necessary and spiritual message. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, just getting more into depth about, discernment and all that marvelous stuff, really. Discernment is, it's truly a gift of the Spirit. It is, very much is. And yeah, just getting more into depth about it. I mean, yeah, it's dealing with like seeing through things, seeing through situations, and yes, people too, people and spirits and demons and many, many more things. And yeah, I mean, this is just given to people and certain beings of God's kingdom and people who are truly chosen by God. This is who this stuff is given to, and being very real. And everybody else, you would just be outside of it and being very real as well. And yeah, I mean, just getting more into these things like discernment. Yes, there is levels of it too. There's levels, and God heightens it, as I've mentioned, and he can also strip you of it too, depending on who you are and what you're doing, all the stuff, your intentions towards people, once again, too, and all this other stuff concerning that and related to that. God can easily strip your discernment, and just overall getting back into discernment. Yeah, I mean, discernment is something you truly got to pray. I want to say without ceasing about too, if I'm being real, as I'm being led by the Spirit. And yeah, discernment is dealing with seeing through people, situations, circumstances, evil, the kingdom of darkness. All this stuff is dealing with discernment. And it's just one of those things that is truly necessary for God's chosen people. And people who God has interest in. Everybody else, nah, this stuff is not for you, because your intentions are not of God. You're not a pure soul. You're not pure, and you don't even care about God. Excuse me. So no, discernment is not for you, and you will not have it, regardless how you feel about this. All right, I'm truly just being led by the Spirit concerning this, anyhow. But yeah, I mean, discernment is very necessary. And I mean, it's just truly, truly a real matter when it comes to discernment. Like, it is necessary, and not everybody has this, is what I'm telling you. That's the thing. And discernment is just going to enable you to be able to see through many, many things, and I've already mentioned those certain things as well. And there's a lot more stuff too, but overall, like, discernment is just going to allow you to see through many, many things, once again. And I mean, it's just going to, as I'm being led by the Spirit, it's going to allow you to see the true motives and intentions behind these certain things. And see discernment too, as I'm being led by the Spirit. Like, you're not going to be able to discern what's going on concerning the earth realm or this world, and just everything, if you do not have discernment, And see, without discernment, you're going to prejudge things you don't fully understand, is what I'm saying. You're going to be judging things on the surface too, as I'm being led by the Spirit. And see, when you do all these things, I mean, you're more or less just like, not only are you not in alignment with God, but you lack discernment. Because I'm just going to be very real. People with discernment, they're not really, they're not judging things on the surface, because, they're of God's kingdom. That's the thing about this stuff. And you people are just not a part of that stuff. Majority of you people, you're not a part of that. And you people who are not a part of that, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to be having discernment and all that stuff. And I mean, discernment, I mean, it's just a very necessary matter concerning God's people. And like also as I'm being led by the Spirit, but like you certain people, you could be male, female, or any other being, that you people who be having secret motives towards people, secretly preying on people's downfall, all that stuff, you're not going to be having discernment. Whether you believe this or not, you're not going to be having it. And I'm just being very real because a lot of you people too, as I'm being led by the Spirit, like you guys, like you people are just like very much I want to say like you people are very much a lot of you certain individuals and people, like you're just very a lot of you are definitely hypocritical. And then also you pretend you have no sin. All these, speaking of that too, yeah, you certain people too, you will not be having discernment either because you're a hypocrite. And see that, man, you people don't get this stuff, but Jesus. But anyhow, like yeah, you certain people though, you hypocritical people, you will not be having discernment. And yeah, you people too, with secret motives, and a lot of, as I'm being led by the Spirit, but a lot of you females, you certain females like are in this category. I'm being led to say this for a particular reason. But yeah, you certain females, you certain ones, not all, but you certain females do be in this category of like having secret motives towards people, other women, and even other people, I would say too. You people be having secret motives towards people, and see, God is not going to give you discernment, regardless how you feel about this, because you're not genuine, and you're not pure, and God sees the stuff. And a lot of you people just you come up against this type of matter. You people come up against God's people. You guys come up against the kingdom of heaven and just God overall. And all this stuff is causing you not to have discernment. I'm being very real. And more or less, these things are already like designed by God too. So a lot of you people are just going to be outside of discernment because you're not genuine. That's the thing. You're not pure. And you're just going to lack it because God sees fit for these things concerning a lot of individuals. Because once again, I keep telling you that he sees the deeper intentions with you people. It doesn't matter what you profess, is what I'm saying. God sees you people's intentions. And see, as I'm being led by the Spirit too, yeah, the devil does too. He sees it on a certain capacity, yeah, but he does see this stuff too, whether you believe this or not. And yeah, I mean, overall, like the devil is manipulating a lot of you people concerning this stuff, this discernment stuff too, as well. And yeah, I mean, you certain, as I'm being led by the Spirit, like a lot of you certain individuals will just not have discernment. As God is leading me to say this stuff too, like discernment, it comes with a price. It comes with truly being genuine inwardly about God and all this stuff. That's what I'm saying. A lot of you people, you don't even have the patience with God to get, higher and higher levels of discernment. And I'm just being very real because like a lot of you people, like you're just so anxious. And as I'm being led by the Spirit, like God said, be anxious for nothing. He did say these things. And see, many of you people, you overlook these matters, and you people reject people like me and other people who are truly of God's kingdom. And as I'm being led by the Spirit, yeah, I mean, you're gonna lack discernment. I'm being very real. And yeah, because it's because the things that you reject, and also your intentions towards people like me, and also other people who are truly a part of God's kingdom and truth, is the reason why you people will not be having discernment. You reject these matters, is what I'm saying. And God sees this stuff too. See, I'm not in this category. I keep telling you people I'm not. I'm truly, truly not. That's what I'm trying to tell you people. And yeah, I'm not no perfect person and all this stuff. I keep mentioning these things, and God wants me to emphasize this stuff and all that deep stuff. I'm just being led by him concerning everything I'm saying. But yeah, one thing I do have too is discernment. Speaking of discernment again, yeah, I do have discernment, and I have a very high level of it too, humbly speaking. And I'm just gonna remain humble. Is why I keep telling you certain people. I'm not in pride like you certain beings and people out there. And that's the problem with you people. You people, you're not getting this discernment outside of the God of Israel, in the real Jesus, and just overall the kingdom of heaven. Excuse me. And I mean, yeah, this stuff is very deep. There's levels of discernment too, as well. So I'm getting more in depth about discernment. And there is attributes of discernment as well. I'm gonna get into a little bit of details of these things, and then other things I won't. But anyhow, yeah, there is levels of discernment, and just seeing through individuals and situations and circumstances and all this stuff, and many more things spiritually. And yeah, I mean, you have to like have this gift of the spirit, seriously, because discernment is very necessary, and a lot of you just don't have it. And you're judging things on the surface. You're judging certain people on the surface, and you're also judging things in this world on the surface. And what you do in that, I mean, you're just missing what's really taking place, is what I'm saying, And like I said, once again, I do have discernment, and I truly thank God. And I'm going to remain humble, not for, all this stuff, is what I'm saying. No, not just to have it. No, I'm humble just overall, is what I'm saying. And all glory to him. And, he humbles me more and more and more. That's what you got to realize too about God, the God of Israel. But everybody is not in this category. No, the majority of you people are just in pride once again, and you people are not coming out of that stuff either. I already know. Majority of you won't. Very few will, and others you're just going to be a part of pride and the enemy and all this stuff. But anyhow, yeah, discernment. I mean, yeah, there's just levels of discernment, and God is the one who truly just heightens his people's discernment. I'm going to be very real. And then others, like, he strips it away. So I'm telling you. And see, the thing is, discernment is truly like a major thing on a spiritual level. And yeah, just certain attributes of it as well. Like, it is dealing with like I said, once again, seeing through things, individuals, situations, many more spiritual things as well. And certain attributes I want to say is just like, it's just like truly, just seeing through like certain stuff, like it's these certain attributes with it though. It's like I want to say like there's like these certain attributes to discernment though, and this stuff is like it's on a very high level. I'm just as I'm being led by the Spirit, I mean, it's dealing with like just like not only seeing through things, but like it's seeing these deeper motives of stuff, like the in-depth motives behind things and everything. That's what I'm telling you, it's the in-depth behind it, like you're seeing like God's perspective and his literally his heart behind situations. But this is only for God's people. This is not, everybody outside this will not be seeing that stuff. You're seeing the deeper realms of why certain people do and struggle with what they struggle with, all this stuff. You're not judging on the surface. You're using righteous judgment, and you're also judging all things by the Spirit of God. You're not judging things from the carnal mind and being self-righteous and religious. All them people will be perishing. So I'm telling you, and these certain individuals. But yeah, I mean, overall, just these other certain attributes, like, yeah, you're just seeing the in depth about certain situations and individuals and why these particular things are cursed, and why these certain other things are blessed, and all this stuff. And you're seeing like intentions of like family members and why they do the way they do things and why they operate the way they do. And you're also seeing like why like other families are doing these certain things. You see why like holidays are going on. You see all this stuff is dealing with discernment, whether you believe this or not. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, overall, like it's just so many more attributes too. I'm not going to get into all of them because yeah, some of this stuff is truly not for everybody. But yeah, I will say, yeah, discernment is dealing with like these things, these certain attributes of discernment. Is like, yeah, like I said, seeing the heart behind things. You know, the certain revelation from God too. As I'm being led by the Spirit behind these different deep matters that look so bad on the surface, but in the Spirit, it's like there's so much more going on concerning an individual or situation, circumstances, or just certain stuff that is just playing out. You know, seriously, and these attributes are very much needed too. I'm being very real. There's so many more attributes that I will not be getting into once again. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, overall too, you need discernment to discern like just what's taking place concerning the earth realm and this world and all this stuff. And yeah, like the Bible too, you need discernment for what the Bible is about and what's accurate in there, what's not. You need discernment concerning like just situations, individuals, people, what's taking place in the spirit and all this stuff, But see, this stuff is truly not for everybody, This is not for hypocritical people and you people who, like I said, you pretend you have no sin, all that. You people who pretend you have no sin and all that stuff, You people will be outside of discernment. I'm being very real. Because I'm just telling you now, like, hypocrites they're not going to be having it. They're just not. And I'm being very real. A lot of you people, like I said, you judge things, you judge so many things, but you're not even spiritual. So I don't even understand why you people are judging things. You don't understand Bible prophecy. I've already mentioned all this stuff before. But I mean, God is re-emphasizing these things, through me. And also, just by his spirit, like, overall, yeah, I mean, you people, you judge things you don't understand. And that's what I'm saying. Discernment is very necessary because it does give you the authorization to judge things, but just not from a religious standpoint or self-righteous standpoint either, or a hypocritical standpoint, because discernment is obviously dealing with a form of judgment too, It is, because when you're discerning things, like you're judging situation of things too, to see what things line up with, whether it's of truth or not, or if it's something's evil or not, and all this deep stuff, or just overall motives of things. And yeah, I mean, discernment overall is just needed to be able to see what's really going on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Overall, that's what it is, dealing with this stuff. And a lot of you people will truly just be outside of it. I'm being very real. And others, God will grant this as he sees your intentions, if they are, pure. If your intentions are not, then yeah, you're just gonna be outside of it, no matter who you are hearing this. And I'm being very real because I'm being led by the Spirit of God concerning this. And yeah, this stuff is just very deep, it's very deep, and there's many attributes of discernment more that I'm just not going to even list concerning it, because he does not want me to, I'm being very real and very transparent. But yeah, before I close this out, yeah, I mean, you people who are hypocritical, like I said, pretend you have no sin, You people who turn your back on God's true chosen people and the people that God has interest in too. You people turn your back on these people. Man, I mean, you guys are not going to be having it either. I'm being very real. Because overall, you're just turning your back on God's kingdom, more or less, when you people be doing these things. And like I said, I don't have anything to do with any of that stuff because I'm not no hypocritical person at all. So you gotta understand, I'm very, very real, and I'm realer than a lot of you people that are just doing certain things concerning God too. I'm being very real. There's only very few individuals that meet this category when it comes to just being real, and I've mentioned this before many, many times too, but all you other people, you're very much hypocritical. And also you're just like, you're outside of this, there's no deeper way of like trying to, break it down and all that stuff. No, I'm not trying to do all that. What I'm telling you is a lot of you people are not real. And I be telling you people this, and you people just like overlook it, and that's on you. That's on you. But you certain people are not, you're not real, and you're before I close this out too, I'm being led to say this stuff too, but a lot of you people are not gonna meet that level of quality of how real I am too, is what I'm telling you, humbly speaking. And I'm sharing this by His Spirit too, believe it or not. And a lot of you people are not going to meet that quality because you're too like, you're expecting things to look a certain way concerning me and concerning God and concerning God's kingdom. And I keep telling you people that this stuff is not about being perfect. But see, and also too, before I close this out too, I'm getting very much closer to closing this out, but you Christian people are, you people are really doomed when it comes to this stuff, as far as being real and all that stuff, because a lot of you Christian people, like, you look like you people, honestly, you people are just not going to be a part of this as far as, being real, and all that stuff, because like you people, you keep looking for things to look a certain way. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. God is interested in individuals that you least expect too, is what I'm telling you. Excuse me. And the things that like you people are looking for on the surface is actually in the spirit. And there's only certain individuals who carry what God is doing concerning the kingdom. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You people, you Christian people, like, you're so much in competition, if I'm being real, you Christian people. And then you guys are like followers and all this other stuff. You're not like bear witnessing with God's true chosen people, and you're not bear witnessing with who He truly has interest in either. You people are judgmental, and you judge. And I keep telling you, you shouldn't be judging unless you're a spiritual man, like the spiritual more or less, outside of men. Like, it could be, if you're female too, you can judge all things too if you're spiritual, in God, the God of Israel. That's it though, nothing outside of that or the real Jesus. But yeah, before I close this stuff out, I mean, you Christians, majority of you Christians, you're just going to be outside of discernment, getting back to that too, and just overall being real. That's what I'm saying. I already know you people are not in that category with that stuff, because you just, like I say, you guys are judging things on the surface, and then you're just in secret competition with people. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. God is looking at all this stuff. That's what I'm telling you. And I see through a lot of stuff as well as He allows me to see. And overall, I be seeing a lot of stuff by the Spirit, and he honestly, God is really showing me all the stuff concerning a lot of you individuals as well, you male or female, or many other beings and situations. But yeah, as I'm getting even more closer to closing this out, with all that being said, I mean, a lot of you religious people and majority of you Christians, you're going to be outside of discernment and just overall, like I was mentioning, being real. You're going to be outside of all this stuff, because a lot of you're not real. That's why I keep telling you people this, but yeah, you're not real. And, that's just what it is. That's truly just what it is with you, certain people. And yeah, you're going to be far from the real truth too. And a lot of you people are not, you're not going to, there's certain things you're just not going to be going into concerning God and and the devil too, concerning him too. Before I close this out, you're not going to be going into certain realms, is what I'm saying. And yeah, you're just going to be on the surface with things, and God is going to keep certain things restricted from you, certain people. And yeah, before I close this out once again, like, yeah, you hypocritical people, you religious people, people who turn your back on God's chosen people and who God has interest in, all that stuff. You people will be outside of this discernment stuff, really, and overall these things I've mentioned. But with all that being said, yeah, I pray for God's true chosen people and who God has interest in. You know, this is not about being perfect and all this stuff. Keep mentioning these things, but you do got to be real, pure, genuine. Love God, love God's kingdom, all this deep stuff. Yeah, you do. And there is certain things that you can't do concerning certain high level sins and all that stuff. But with all that being said, yeah, discernment.